I've talked with a lot of therapists and coaches over the years, and one of the biggest things I've seen that creates website overwhelm is perfectionism. Wanting your site to be perfect before launching often leads to procrastinating for months or launching no site at all. In reality, done is better than perfect. Hi, I'm Monica, founder of Hold Space Creative. I'm also a former therapist, and I've seen how often procrastination serves as protection against vulnerability. Putting a new website out into the world is a vulnerable thing, absolutely. I've felt this myself and coached many clients through it. It kind of feels like hitting publish means the whole world is going to see your website, and that's a scary thing. But let me remind you that your website is a living document. It's not carved in stone. So you can and should continue to refine it as your business evolves. In other words, it doesn't have to be perfect from the start. Whenever I'm procrastinating on something, I find it helpful to look at all the steps I need to accomplish to get me to my goal. So to help you move through any perfectionism that's keeping you from launching your website, I'm going to give you a step-by-step roadmap. You don't have to do all these steps at once, and you don't have to do them all perfectly, but I find it helpful to know exactly what steps to take when something feels overwhelming. So let's get started. Here are the steps I suggest to take you from zero, so just starting your business, to launch. Number 1, name your business. 2, define your services and audience. 3, get professional photos taken. 4, start a website trial. 5, write your website copy. 6, add your copy to your website. 7, add your photos to your website. 8, adjust fonts and colors on your website. 9, purchase a custom domain. And 10, pay your hosting fees and launch. If you've already started your business, you might have part of this list complete already, in which case, awesome. You can check some of these items off of your list right away. If you're starting from step 1, feel free to give yourself a break after step 5 and come back and watch the rest of this video when you're able. The key here is to not overwhelm yourself further by doing too much all at once. Take it one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be there. All right, so first let's talk about naming your business. Your business name sets the tone for everything that follows. It's going to influence your domain name, your logo, your overall brand identity. So a couple tips when deciding on a name: do a quick domain search to make sure the domain that you want is available. I like searching on domains.squarespace.com. And if your domain is not available, you might get some ideas for alternative names when you do this search. And then if you're in the US, do a quick trademark search to make sure no one else is using the name already. Go to uspto.gov/trademarks/search and then click Trademark Search System to search the name that you're thinking of using. Just make sure nobody else is using that name, because it's going to save you a lot of headaches down the road. Now, if you can't think of a clever name or the name you want to use is already in use, don't worry. Using your own name is a great way to get started. You can always file a business name change later. Once you've named your business, define your services and your audience. Being clear about who you serve and how you help them is essential. Like naming your business, this is going to make every subsequent decision more focused and easier for you. If you already use or you plan to use a Hold Space Creative website template, our brand clarity questionnaires are included with your purchase, and we'll walk you through this. This workbook will ask you questions to get you thinking about who your best fit clients are, and it'll help you clarify your brand identity, which will make it so much easier to choose brand visuals like colors and fonts later. If you're not using a Hold Space Creative website template, our brand clarity questionnaires are available for purchase in our shop right here. Next, get professional photos taken. I always recommend hiring a professional brand photographer rather than using stock photography for a business website. I know it can feel really vulnerable to be in front of a camera, but remember that stock photography can feel really impersonal and detached, while custom photography feels personal and relatable, which are all things that you'll need in order to stand out and attract your best fit clients. So the types of photos you'll want to consider are headshots, candid shots of you, office space shots, detail shots or close-ups, and then abstract shots as well. To find a photographer in your area who can accomplish all of this, search brand photographer near me online and look through portfolios until you find someone whose style and tone you resonate with. Once your photo shoot is complete, choose a website builder and start a free trial. There are plenty of website builders to choose from, but I love Squarespace for therapy and coaching websites because it provides high-end design capabilities while being really user-friendly on the back end. So you can manage your own website rather than paying monthly maintenance fees to a developer or a therapy website company. Squarespace's standard free trial is 14 days, but if you need some support in the design department, our Squarespace templates come pre-designed with a 12-month free trial of Squarespace. All of our templates were intentionally designed for therapists and coaches, so you don't have to waste time adapting a generic website template to work for your business. We've done all the strategic design work for you. To learn more about our Squarespace templates, head over to holdspacecreative.com. Now it's time to write your copy or the content that appears on your website. While it's tempting to dive straight into choosing colors and fonts for your website, I find it easier to figure out what you want to say first and then design around it. You can save hours of time by getting your website written before adjusting the design. If you're having a hard time writing copy that doesn't sound clinical, I recommend using our copywriting templates. These workbooks and fill in the blank prompts will help you write in a way that connects with your best fit clients. Once you're done writing your copy, add it to a document for your records and save it to your computer, and then add what you've written to your website. Remember to use headings to highlight different sections of copy and space out your content into bite-sized chunks. Adding your copy as one big wall of text is a great way to get people to skip over your content. Also, don't forget to clearly outline how visitors can book with you. There's a bit of a science to laying out copy on a website, which is why I recommend using our copywriting templates, but also our Squarespace templates are already set up with optimal copy design. All you have to do is just copy paste your content into content areas, replacing the placeholder text for an instantly professional look. Again, we've done all the strategic design work for you. No need to waste time guessing. By now, you should have your photos back from your photographer, so it's time to add them to your site. If you're using a HoldSpace Creative template, this will be an easy step to check off the list because we've given you strategically designed places to put your photos. If you're designing a website on your own, here are my rules of thumb. Number 1, include a photo of you above the fold on the home page. 2, include a photo of you on each main page. So in addition to the home page, about, your service pages, and your contact page. And then lastly, use non-headshot photos throughout your website for added personality. Next, fine-tune your website styles to create a cohesive look. Your colors and fonts should complement your photos and reinforce your brand identity. Like I mentioned before, our brand clarity questionnaires will have helped you define your brand messaging. So choosing colors that are appealing to your best fit clients and fonts that communicate your style of holding space is going to help you attract the right clients to your practice. If you're using one of our full site templates, you'll find a color guide in your support files. This is going to allow you to experiment with colors and fonts before making any changes in Squarespace. This is a tool that our customers rave about because sometimes it's helpful to experiment with a few options before making permanent changes. Once your copy and photos are added to your website and you've adjusted the fonts and colors, it's time to purchase a domain. I recommend purchasing your own custom domain to ensure your website truly belongs to you. Always beware of domains that claim to be free. They often come with hidden costs like lack of ownership and just an unprofessional look. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I like purchasing domains from Squarespace, but other providers include Google, GoDaddy, Namecheap, etc. If you're using a HoldSpace Creative template, you'll get your first year of a custom domain for free when you purchase through Squarespace. Next, it's time to pay your hosting fees and launch your website. Now, this step could bring up fear and procrastination. I've seen it a lot of times. I've seen it in myself too. But remember, even if your site isn't perfect, and as a web designer, it may never be, and that's okay, launching allows you to start connecting with potential clients and refining your website based on real world feedback. Launch what you have and let your website evolve alongside your business. You can always go back and change things. And for an extra little motivation boost, Holdspace Creative Template customers get 25% off their first year of Squarespace. Before I let you go, I want to remind you of one thing. Good enough is better than perfect. I'm sure you've reminded your clients of this, and I want to reflect it back to you now. Every time I've launched something new into the world, it's come with fear, and I've worried that it wasn't ready. But the thing I've realized is that if we wait until we're ready, we might never launch. It's really good to be thorough and try our best to make sure all the essential pieces are in place before publishing a website. But chasing perfection before launching is like trying to see how a car runs without ever taking it out of the garage. In the website world, done is better than perfect because seeing how it works in the real world is the best way to know what needs to be tweaked or improved as we go along. If you need support through this process, whether in the form of a website or copywriting template, tech support, or if you'd rather us handle the design for you, visit holdspacecreative.com and we'll help you out.